Is your future dream home quietly doubling in value right now? All across America, there are cities where home prices are climbing so fast, it's like watching real estate turn into rocket fuel. Imagine buying a charming $280,000 home today and seeing it worth over $400,000 tomorrow. Sounds dreamy, right? From coastal havens to fast-growing heartland hubs, these places are transforming into gold mines overnight. So, where should you look before the price tags hit the stratosphere? Today, we're diving into the top 10 U.S. cities where home prices are about to skyrocket. Number 10. Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Milwaukee, yes, that Milwaukee. Known for its cold brews, lakefront views, and surprisingly warm real estate outlook. While places like Austin and Phoenix have already had their big moment, Milwaukee is just getting started. As of early 2025, home prices here are up about 10.8% year over year, and experts predict that could climb another 12 to 15% by 2026, especially in hot pockets like Bayview, Wauwatosa, and River West. The city's average home price sits at roughly $278,000, which is peanuts compared to the national median of around $410,000. For investors and first-time buyers alike, that's practically a steal. What's fueling this surge? It's a perfect storm of affordability, job growth, and a growing Gen Z and millennial population ditching overpriced metros. Milwaukee's tech and healthcare sectors are gaining steam. Companies like Aurora Health and Northwestern Mutual are bringing in thousands of jobs, and the city added over 9,000 new residents in 2024 alone. Plus, with Chicago just 90 minutes away, many commuters are cashing out of the windy city and heading north for cheaper mortgages and less traffic. It's become the smart move. And let's not ignore the vibe. Milwaukee's revitalized downtown has turned into a weekend magnet. The Deer District near Fiserv Forum is buzzing with restaurants, concerts, and of course, Bucks fever. Meanwhile, the lakefront adds major aesthetic value that rivals cities like Chicago or Cleveland. Add in festivals, breweries, and a blossoming arts scene, and you've got a city that's way more than beer and bratwurst. The best part? Investors are circling. Rental yields in some neighborhoods are topping 8%, and limited new construction is squeezing supply tighter than ever. That means home prices will only go one direction, up. So, if you're thinking about buying in Milwaukee, don't blink. This city might not stay a secret much longer. In 2025, Milwaukee isn't just on the rise, it's about to rocket. Number 9. Hartford, Connecticut. Hartford, Connecticut, long overshadowed by its glossier neighbors like Boston and New York, is making a serious comeback in 2025. In fact, Hartford's housing market is heating up faster than a Wall Street stock on earnings day. Median home prices here have jumped nearly 14% year over year, landing around $278,000, which is still below the national average. And that's the sweet spot. Just affordable enough to attract first-time buyers, but in high enough demand to see big appreciation. Experts predict prices could jump another 11% in the next 12 months. So what's driving this surge? It's all about location and lifestyle. With remote and hybrid work now the norm, professionals working for firms in Boston and New York are skipping the big city price tags and heading to Hartford. The average commute to NYC by train is just over 2 hours, and you can buy a 3-bedroom home in Hartford for less than what a studio costs in Brooklyn. That's hard to ignore. But Hartford isn't just a commuter town anymore. Major investment is flowing into the city. The Front Street District has transformed into a buzzing entertainment hub with new restaurants, bars, and shops. And the city is investing millions in parks, public transit, and walkable neighborhoods. Hartford hospital and insurance giants like Aetna and the Hartford are anchoring thousands of jobs, adding stability and long-term economic muscle. Renters are turning into buyers, too. With rental prices up nearly 20% since 2022, home ownership suddenly makes more financial sense. And that's shrinking inventory faster than ever. The number of homes available dropped 17% year over year, creating a tight market with multiple offers on most listings. In a nutshell, Hartford is turning its reputation around fast. It's affordable, it's accessible, and it's poised for serious growth. If you're looking for a market with underdog energy and room to rise, Hartford's the East Coast gem you don't want to miss in 2025. Number 8. Columbus, Ohio. Columbus isn't just Ohio's capital anymore. It's becoming a national real estate goldmine. Fueled by job growth, population gains, and major tech investments, Columbus is one of the fastest-growing housing markets in the Midwest. In the past year alone, home values jumped 12.5%, and analysts expect another 10 to 13% gain by early 2026. With the median home price around $295,000, it's still attainable for many, but not for long. What's behind the boom? In one word, Intel. The $20 billion semiconductor plant project announced just outside of Columbus is already transforming the economy. Thousands of high-paying jobs are on the horizon, and that means higher demand for housing, especially in suburbs like New Albany, Dublin, and Hilliard. But Columbus isn't just about future tech. Ohio State University anchors tens of thousands of students and employees, and the city has been quietly growing into a Midwest cultural hub with a youthful, progressive energy. In terms of demographics, this place is young. Over 35% of the population is under 35, making it one of the most vibrant metro areas in the country. That means more first-time buyers entering the market and more long-term demand. Meanwhile, inventory is tight. Active listings have dropped 16% year over year, and homes in prime neighborhoods often sell within 7 days. Columbus also offers a strong rental market. Rental rates rose 11% in the past year, and investors are taking notice. With a growing student population, new tech workers, and incoming residents from pricier states, rental demand is surging. Let's not forget quality of life. Columbus has world-class parks, a rising food scene, and neighborhoods like German Village and Short North that are both historic and hip. It's the kind of place where you can still get space, culture, and opportunity, all without the coastal price tag. If you're looking for a city with economic horsepower and a real estate rocket ship just lifting off, Columbus should be at the top of your watch list. Number 7. Charlotte, North Carolina. Charlotte is on fire, figuratively, of course. In 2025, this fast-growing southern powerhouse has officially cemented itself as one of the hottest real estate markets in the country. Median home prices are hovering around $375,000, but they're rising quickly, up 12.1% year over year, with forecasts showing another 10 to 15% increase by 2026. It's not just hype, it's hard data backed by one of the strongest job markets in the South. Why is Charlotte booming? It's all about economics. The city is a major financial hub, second only to New York in terms of banking assets. Big players like Bank of America and Wells Fargo employ tens of thousands here. And now, tech and healthcare are joining the party. With companies relocating from high-cost states, Charlotte has become a magnet for jobs. And where jobs go, housing demand follows. Population growth is another major factor. The metro area gained over 120,000 new residents between 2020 and 2024, and the growth isn't slowing down. That's putting enormous pressure on inventory, especially in areas like South End, Noda, and Steel Creek. Bidding wars are common, and new construction can't keep up with demand. Charlotte also delivers on lifestyle. You've got pro sports teams, a buzzing downtown, top-rated schools, and access to both the Blue Ridge Mountains and the Atlantic coast. It's urban, it's green, and it's family-friendly, all at once. Plus, with mild winters and low property taxes, it's a magnet for retirees and remote workers alike. And here's a stat that might surprise you. Nearly 28% of home buyers in 2024 came from out of state, especially from New York, California, and Illinois. That migration is pushing prices even higher, and fast. In short, Charlotte isn't just growing, it's thriving. And if you're thinking of buying in the South, the Queen City should be at the top of your list, before it prices out the rest of us. Number 6. Richmond, Virginia. If you haven't checked out Richmond lately, you're missing one of the most exciting housing markets on the East Coast. This capital city of Virginia is rewriting its reputation, shifting from a quiet government town into a dynamic urban hub packed with history, tech startups, and a sizzling real estate scene. In 2025, Richmond's median home price sits around $345,000, but prices have jumped a staggering 13.7% year over year, and experts forecast another 12% gain by mid-2026. That's a serious uptick, especially in a city still considered affordable by coastal standards. So what's fueling Richmond's rocket ride? It starts with jobs and education. The city's economy is anchored by state government, Virginia Commonwealth University, and a rapidly growing healthcare and fintech sector. In fact, over 7,000 new jobs were added in the past year alone. And with its location just 90 miles from Washington, D.C., a wave of remote workers are choosing Richmond's historic charm over D.C.'s sky-high rent. Neighborhoods like the Fan District, Carytown, and Church Hill are exploding with character and price growth. Listings under $400,000 barely last a week, and bidding wars are the new normal. Richmond's walkability, craft breweries, and booming art scene make it incredibly attractive to millennials and Gen Z buyers, who now make up over 40% of home purchases in the city. What's more, inventory is tight. Richmond's housing supply dropped 18% from last year, creating intense competition that's driving up prices even further. Investors are also pouring in, with rental yields approaching 7.5% in select areas, making it one of the Southeast's top picks for long-term growth. Add in low property taxes, stunning colonial architecture, and easy access to both mountains and beaches, and you've got a city that hits every mark. Richmond's not just a great place to live, it's becoming a goldmine to invest in. If you're eyeing a city with culture, cash flow, and climbing values, Richmond should be on your 2025 radar before everyone else catches on. Number 5. Cleveland, Ohio. Cleveland might not be the first city you think of when it comes to a booming housing market, but maybe it should be. This once overlooked Rust Belt giant is quietly staging a comeback, and savvy homebuyers are catching on. In 2025, the median home price in Cleveland is just $205,000, yet prices have surged more than 11.4% year over year, and experts are projecting another 10 to 14% growth through next year. That's massive return potential in a market that's still incredibly budget-friendly. Why Cleveland? Start with affordability. With homes going for under $250,000 in neighborhoods like Old Brooklyn and West Park, Cleveland offers prices that feel like a throwback to 2010, but that won't last. Job growth is real here, with healthcare, biotech, and manufacturing leading the charge. The Cleveland Clinic alone employs more than 50,000 people, and tech hubs are popping up thanks to revitalization efforts backed by billions in public and private investment. Another wild stat? Over 30% of recent buyers are from out of state, lured in by low prices, strong rental yields, and a cultural scene that's genuinely cool. We're talking rock and roll history, world-class museums, sports fanatics, and some of the best breweries in the Midwest. Oh, and don't forget Lake Erie's waterfront views. Yes, actual beachfront homes exist here. Rental investors are particularly hyped, with average rents up 16% since 2022 and short-term rental demand surging downtown. Cash flow potential is strong. In fact, some zip codes are seeing 8 to 9% gross rental yields, which is almost unheard of in bigger coastal cities. Inventory, however, is shrinking fast. Active listings dropped 19% over the last year, creating fierce buyer competition. With developers struggling to keep up and demand pouring in, prices are poised to rise rapidly. In short, Cleveland is no longer the underdog. It's the breakout star of the Midwest. If you're sleeping on it, don't. The housing rocket has launched, and you'll want to be on board before it hits national headlines again. Number 4. Salt Lake City, Utah. Salt Lake City, the mile-high gem where the real estate market is heating up faster than a July hike in the Wasatch Range. In 2025, Salt Lake isn't just a beautiful mountain city. It's one of the hottest housing markets in the entire western U.S. Home prices here have surged by 13.9% year over year, with the median now sitting around $512,000. But don't expect that number to hold. Analysts forecast another 12 to 15% increase in the coming year as demand continues to outpace supply. So why the massive growth? Two words: tech migration. Utah's capital has quietly become a Silicon Slopes powerhouse, drawing startups and tech giants alike. Companies like Adobe, Qualtrics, and Overstock.com are based here, and remote workers from pricey cities like San Francisco are buying homes in Salt Lake in record numbers. The city added over 16,000 residents in the last year alone, many of them high-earning professionals eager for space, nature, and a better quality of life. And let's talk inventory, or lack of it. Active listings in Salt Lake dropped a jaw-dropping 21% year-over-year, meaning buyers are facing fierce competition. In hotspots like Sugar House, Mill Creek, and the Avenues, homes often sell within 72 hours and for well above asking. New construction is trying to catch up, but building costs and zoning issues are slowing things down. Renters and investors are paying attention too. Salt Lake's average rent has jumped 14% in just 12 months, and short-term rentals are booming thanks to ski season, national parks tourism, and year-round outdoor adventure seekers. Rental yields hover around 7%, which is high for a city with this kind of long-term upside. But Salt Lake City isn't just an economic success story, it's a lifestyle dream. Stunning mountain views, low crime, four-season adventure, and a clean, thriving downtown make this city wildly attractive to families and millennials alike. If you're looking for the perfect combo of growth, grit, and great living, Salt Lake City is a market you need to jump on now, before it soars even higher. Number 3. Indianapolis, Indiana. Indianapolis has always been known as the crossroads of America, but in 2025, it's becoming the crossroads of affordability, economic growth, and massive home value appreciation. The city's real estate market is catching serious momentum, with median home prices currently sitting around $270,000, a figure that's up 11.9% year-over-year. And that's just the beginning. Analysts project a further 12 to 14% increase by mid-2026, especially as out-of-state buyers and investors flood in. Why is Indy exploding? First, it's job growth. The metro area has added more than 22,000 jobs since 2023, with key sectors like tech, logistics, healthcare, and education leading the way. Salesforce, Eli Lilly, and IU Health are hiring like crazy, drawing young professionals from Chicago, St. Louis, and even the coasts. And here's a stat that might shock you. Nearly 40% of recent homebuyers in Indy came from out of state, lured by low prices, big yards, and booming prospects. Neighborhoods like Fountain Square, Broad Ripple, and Irvington are experiencing a renaissance, with new breweries, coffee shops, and art venues transforming the vibe. Homes that once sold for $150,000 just 5 years ago are now easily crossing $300,000, and demand is still outpacing supply. Inventory dropped 15.6% year-over-year, making bidding wars the new normal. For investors, Indianapolis is gold. Rental demand is strong, driven by universities, a young workforce, and steady in-migration, with vacancy rates under 4%. Gross rental yields in some areas exceed 9%, and landlords are seeing rent growth of over 12% annually. That's the kind of passive income people dream of. Beyond the numbers, Indy delivers lifestyle. Sports fans get the Colts and Pacers. Families enjoy affordable living with top-rated suburban schools. And outdoor lovers have access to parks, trails, and weekend road trips to nearby lakes and forests. It's livable, lovable, and launching into real estate stardom. If you want in on one of the Midwest's most balanced, opportunity-rich markets, without the sticker shock of bigger cities, Indianapolis is the move. Just act fast, because this hidden gem is shining brighter by the day. Number 2. Rochester, New York. When most people think of New York, they picture skyscrapers and million-dollar apartments. But just a few hours west of the Big Apple lies Rochester, a city where home prices are rising faster than you can say, hidden gem. In 2025, Rochester's median home price is about $245,000, but that's up a jaw-dropping 16.3% year-over-year. And experts aren't shy. They're predicting another 13 to 15% jump over the next 12 months. This is a housing market you absolutely shouldn't sleep on. So, what's driving the boom? For one, affordability. While NYC remains out of reach for most buyers, Rochester offers a totally different story. Here, you can still snag a charming 3-bedroom home in a walkable neighborhood for under $300,000. That's drawing remote workers, retirees, and downstate New Yorkers in droves. In fact, nearly 25% of buyers in 2024 came from other parts of the state. Rochester's economy is also humming. Major employers like the University of Rochester, Wegmans, and new tech startups are fueling a local job boom. Plus, the city is undergoing a $500 million downtown revitalization that's adding green space, transit options, and a fresh wave of modern housing. Hot neighborhoods like Park Avenue, South Wedge, and North Winton Village are experiencing bidding wars on a weekly basis. Inventory is down 18.5% from last year, and days on market have shrunk to just 9 days on average. That's lightning fast for upstate New York. The rental market is heating up too, with average rents increasing by 13% year over year. Investors are diving in, especially in student-heavy zones near Arrett and the University of Rochester. Gross rental yields are hovering around 8%, and short-term rentals are doing well thanks to Finger Lakes tourism. But it's not just about numbers. Rochester offers lakefront views, world-class public schools, charming architecture, and one of the best quality-of-life scores in the Northeast. It's peaceful, progressive, and perfectly positioned for a real estate breakout. In 2025, Rochester isn't just climbing, it's skyrocketing. If you're looking for value, growth, and long-term upside, this is the city to watch. Number 1. Oxnard, California. Oxnard, California. A coastal city where real estate is heating up faster than the Pacific sun. Often overshadowed by LA and Santa Barbara, Oxnard is finally having its moment. As of 2025, the median home price in Oxnard is around $705,000, up 14.6% year over year, and projections show another 12 to 16% increase by the end of 2025. That's huge, even by California standards. So what's the secret? Location, lifestyle, and relative affordability. Oxnard offers ocean breezes, palm-lined streets, and beautiful beaches, all at a fraction of the cost of Malibu or Santa Monica. For context, the average home in nearby Ventura County is over $825,000, making Oxnard feel like a bargain. More buyers from LA are catching on, especially remote workers and retirees, leading to a population surge and fierce competition for homes. The city's economy is thriving, with agriculture, tech, and port-related industries driving growth. The port of Hueneme, just minutes away, is a vital hub for international trade, and it pumps billions into the local economy. Pair that with easy access to LAX, beautiful Channel Islands Harbor, and some of California's best surfing beaches, and Oxnard becomes more than a city. It's a lifestyle upgrade. Real estate inventory has shrunk by over 20% since last year, and homes are flying off the market in under 10 days. Areas like Silver Strand, Oxnard Shores, and River Park are red hot, with bidding wars pushing prices higher by the week. Rentals are booming too. With rents up 18% year over year, investors are seeing returns that rival anything in SoCal. Plus, Oxnard is becoming a short-term rental darling thanks to its beach access and family-friendly vibe. Tourists, weekenders, and remote workers all want in. In short, Oxnard is the kind of place that offers California dreaming without the six-figure salary requirement. It's beautiful, booming, and just beginning its ascent. If you want to own a piece of the next big coastal city, now's the time, before the rest of the country figures it out.